So welcome back to French Countryside Life, day 4. All the new little life here. How lovely. Oh, she's had enough. Bella.
I like you, Bella.
So Charlie's just been playing with Bella, who lives down the road. This lovely house here. So yes, it's a lovely little hamlet. This house is beautiful. Look. How lovely. All right, we're walking back. Come on, Charlie, we're going. Charlie's all worn out now. No, we're going. Come on. No, come on. So seeing those cows earlier reminded me, in 2010, Jane and I drove an RV right across America from the west coast to the east coast, from just north of San Diego up to Oceanside, that's the place, Oceanside, California, up to or across to Annapolis in Maryland. And I remember driving across Kansas, and the route that we took, it was going across Kansas. It was 162 miles in a straight line, and there was big fields either side, and there was a train line that ran down parallel to the road with grain elevators probably every 5-6 miles maybe. Anyway, as we're driving along, Jane had a bit of a reflective moment, and she said, do you know what, Kansas is a bit like a big hamburger. So I said, I don't know what you're talking about, explain it for me. So she said, well look, you've got a big field full of wheat, and you've got the field next to it full of cows, and you've got another big field full of wheat. It's like a big hamburger. Oh. Okay then. Right, so we're off out for lunch shortly with John and Liz. So I'd like to welcome you to French Countryside Life.
Thank you,
This
Colin.
is John.
Cheers, thank you.
So we've just been for our Chinese, haven't we?
Yep.
And it's been a while since you've had one.
It has, yes. It's been well over 12 months. So,
Right.
yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you
Good.
very much. Yeah,
No,
it was
good.
really good.
Good.
Thank you.
So where are you from originally in the UK?
Well, we moved here from Walsall. We lived in Walsall in the West Midlands. So Walsall's about 16 miles north of Birmingham, to give people an idea of where we are.
Okay.
Not Walsall, Poland, Walsall, West Midlands. Yeah, so we lived in Walsall for 27, 28 years.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Shrewsbury, my wife's from the Midlands, so
Right.
I spent some time in the RAF. When we came out of the RAF, we went back to where Liz is from, so ended up in Walsall.
I did actually say on the daily yesterday that
Yes.
we was going to do this,
Okay.
and I did actually say that you won't believe what John used to do. So,
Yeah.
what did you used to do in the RAF?
Right, well, I spent just over 10 years in the RAF. I was a
That's the Royal Air Force.
Royal Air Force, sorry, in the Royal Air Force, as a weapons and navigation systems engineer
Right.
on Jaguars, Tornadoes, a little touch on Harriers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was...
So
So anything
you-
to do with the cockpit instrumentation.
Yeah. Oh, actually, because I was thinking about it this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder whether like the fighter jets have got like an OBD
Yeah.
thing that you can plug the computer in,
Yeah.
like the diagnostic computer
Yeah,
in a car.
diagnostics, yeah,
You
yeah,
plug
yeah.
it in and it
Yeah.
tells you which bit to change.
Yeah, they have, funny enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. More so on the Tornadoes, they used to have that.
Yeah,
But the new fighters are, it's all high tech stuff. Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. But I didn't touch on that. That was before, after my time. So.
yeah.
But,
But
great days, great time.
you were saying that your son took the exact same career
Yeah.
path as you.
Yeah, he did. He went in the RAF, same trade, ended up on the same squadrons on the same aircraft.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
It's bizarre, but
Was that something that was a choice, or
Yeah,
did it just sort of happen?
it just kind of happened. To be fair, Colin. I mean, luckily when I was in, the only conflict when I was in was the Falklands, and I didn't have to go to the Falklands because I wasn't on the only squadrons that was actually operating in the Falklands.
Yeah,
Whereas my son worked on 617 Squadron, the Dambusters,
yeah,
Tornadoes. So he ended up in Afghanistan twice and Iraq as
Yeah,
well. So he
'Cause-
saw some real action as
Yeah.
opposed to myself.
because Liz was. Your wife Liz was worried about his, about his safety and that.
Yeah.
And what did your son say?
He said, well, yeah, she was very, well, I was initially as well, with, in going out to a war zone and never experienced anything like that before. So his mum was a bit worried about this, and he said, to kind of put her mind at rest, he said that looking after the airfield, they got the RAF Regiment, which is the sort of fighting side of the Air Force, if the Army sort of equivalent of the Air Force.
Yeah.
They got the RAF Regiment there with their weapons and ground-to-air missiles and goodness knows what else. The airfield was, then there was a perimeter fence which was 200 metres wide, if you like,
Yeah,
barbed wire fence, which was patrolled by 2 para,
yeah.
and then you've got the SAS as well. So
Outside
outside there. So he said if they get through those 3, he'll put his hands up. And that'll be it. So so he said he felt safer with those looking after him than a night out in Birmingham. To be fair.
So did you find when you left the RF that you had transferable skills? Because that's always something that.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, with myself, I came out. I spent a little bit of time with British Aerospace, so I spent a bit of time teaching Saudis to fix Tornadoes, which was quite an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
And then my son, he's ended up working for Subsea 7 up in Scotland, working on ships. So it's an engineering background really that gives you a very good engineering background that the Air Force gives you. And I ended up in engineering sales. I've kind of stumbled into sales really, but I did enjoy it. And my son is still up there now in Scotland and they build wind farms out at sea.
Right.
So he looks after the building of wind farms out at sea. So
Right. Interesting stuff.
done pretty well, yeah. So and he did his degree while he was in the RAF. RAF paid for him to do his degree.
Yeah, brilliant.
So so it's I couldn't recommend it more for a trade. If you like sport, it's even better.
Yeah. I bet, yeah. So coming forward in time a bit, what was your first inclination to come and live in France?
Okay, well, it's been quite a while in the planning, to be fair.
Yeah.
We came to France 5-6 years ago on holiday.
Yeah.
And we came to this region, the Charente region, and we hired a little gîte from someone we knew there, and came here on holiday.
Yeah.
We'd been watching the usual TV programs like A Place in the Sun and Help I Bought a Village and all these sort of things, and we came along and we just did we were here 2 weeks and we did a little tour of the area. With France being so big, you just kind of, where do you start?
Yeah,
so
it's massive.
It's huge. So we just kind of selected an area, middle of the country, southwestish, decent climate, and we thought, well, we'll give that a go. So we came, we went to the coast, we went to La Rochelle and Rohan, and we went to Bordeaux and Angoulême and various other cities, and we really, and the countryside, the pace of life, the driving is a pleasure here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Compared to the UK,
Yeah.
and you know, luckily when we came, it was September when we came over, and the weather was superb. It wasn't too hot, being September, but it was lovely blue sky, sunshine. And we came when just as all the French kids had gone back to school, so the attractions and cities were a lot quieter. And yeah, we loved it. We really liked. So we came back the following year to the same sheet, did the same thing again, and the second time we came, we thought, you know what, we could live here. This is really good.
Yeah.
You know, everything about it, the culture, the food, the restaurants, the pace of life. We just fell in love with the place. We didn't really go any further afield, really, because we didn't want to be too far north because we thought it was too close to the UK climate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We didn't, as much as we'd have liked to have been on the French Riviera,
Yeah.
it's a lot more expensive
Much more expensive.
and a lot hotter as well, obviously.
Yeah.
So Chiron has its kind of its own little microclimate, really, and we love the area, we love the surroundings, the countryside, as I say, and the climate was just right for us, really. And the value for money for properties for what you get,
it's great,
was
yeah.
just incredible. So we thought, well, the following year we booked to come again, but then COVID hit.
Right.
So we obviously had to cancel that break. So it wasn't until 2 years later we came back, and it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
We just, so we did that, and at that point we started to put things in place for when we retire. We made the decision, yes, this is what we want to do. So we started to plan the area, what kind of property we were looking for, because Liz worked for the ambulance service and was, it was a busy, stressful sort of environment, really, and we thought it would be difficult to go from that to nothing.
Yeah.
So we were keen to have something in place that we could work on and develop, really,
Yeah.
but also give us the nice laid-back lifestyle of being retired. So we decided that it'd be nice to maybe buy a property with a gîte,
Yeah.
that we could rent out, earn a little bit of money from, and then give us a little bit more to do.
Of course.
So that was the plan. And then obviously we were looking at properties and prices of properties and areas, and initially we wanted a property with a bit of land. We would like a swimming pool and a gîte, but to get both was quite difficult unless you pay big money, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we looked at having one or the other. So the following year we arranged to come over and do some viewings, because it was about 9-10 months before we retired. So we wanted to sell our property first in the UK before we came over, because coming to France looking for properties and still waiting for your house to sell, we didn't think was the best thing to do, because we thought if we set our heart on something
Yeah.
and can't sell ours,
Yeah.
and then that's gone.
We're in a similar position ourselves. Really. This place being for sale, and
Yeah.
you see places that you really like, but you can't let yourself get too attached, because you've got no certainty that it's still going to be available when you when you're in a position to buy.
Very much so. I mean, and also when we came to view, we didn't realise at the time, but when we came to view, the estate agent were very reluctant to, I'd say, probably move forward with it unless you were in a position to buy.
Yeah.
If as soon as they knew that you were still waiting for yours to sell,
They sort of lose enthusiasm.
the whole thing sort of, maybe come back when you've sold yours. They had no problems showing us, but it wasn't the same. It was you're not really in a position to buy. So we waited. We came along. We put everything in place, starting to plan where we wanted to be, what our budget was, what we could look for, and then we put our house on the market in the February of 2024, thinking it'd probably sell by April 2024. It didn't. It took till August of 2024 to sell. So all that time we were researching, and what have we got to get in place? What do we do with visas? Do we need
that's something I was going to ask you about, actually, because a lot of people have the sort of romantic idea of having a gîte in France with that lifestyle, but what's the sort of time scale and the difficulty in the process of getting a working visa?
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. It's obviously since Brexit, everything changed and became
Yeah.
a lot more difficult.
Mm.
In terms of, we decided we definitely wanted to go for the Gite, and at the time we were looking to what we actually required in order to do that.
Mm.
Now, initially, we found out that obviously to run a Gite you need a working visa,
Yeah.
but what you don't need is 2 working visas. So
Mm.
as long as one of you has the working visa,
Mm.
then the other person doesn't need to.
Mm.
You don't need 2, so to speak. So I was the one that decided to apply for the working visa,
Mhm.
and Liz, my wife, she went on a visitor's visa.
Mhm.
Now, with a visitor's visa, you have to sign a declaration to say you will not work,
Yeah.
and that's no paid income at all.
Yeah.
You can't earn anything, and she had to sign that to say that she won't work. So I could then apply for the working visa.
Mm.
Well, applying for a visitor's visa is a lot easier, obviously.
Yeah.
There's less things that you need to. You still need to meet all the things like financial requirements. You need to have You need to prove that you can that you earn a certain amount of income.
That you can support yourself and
That
you
you
won't
can
be a
support
drain
you.
on the French.
Yeah, that
system,
you don't
yeah.
come to France and then have to rely on the state.
Mm.
And that, I think, is currently equivalent to the French minimum wage,
Yeah.
which is about, I think it's about 1,600 a month,
Right.
euros-ish.
Yeah.
Which sounds quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
If there's 2,
It does
that's
now, yeah.
$3,000, you know.
Yeah.
But saying that, it does. Everyone is taken on its own individual
Mhm.
case. So if you haven't got a mortgage, then it's looked on a bit low. I don't know by what percentage, but
Yeah.
you don't have to have quite so much because you haven't got that commitment of having to pay for a mortgage.
Mm.
But that's roughly it's the minimum wage that France, and that changes every year.
Of course. Yeah.
So it's best to find out at the time what that needs to be.
Mhm.
So you have to produce 3 months of bank statements showing that income at the visa office when you apply for your visa. You also need 1 year's full medical insurance,
Mhm.
and that's not a year's travel insurance,
Mm.
because when we went to the visa office, the couple in front of us had bought a year's worth of travel insurance,
Mm.
and it just got thrown out straight
Yeah.
away. So it has to be full year's medical insurance. And then in terms of the working visa, you need to produce a business plan,
Right.
which was quite, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? How do I do that?
Yeah. I would never know where to start, to be honest.
Because it has to be in French as well.
Of course. Yeah.
So we, at this point, we thought we need a bit of help with this. So we
Yeah.
did take on board a hand-holding service.
Mm.
A gentleman who was really good with us. He was brilliant, and he told us exactly what we needed to do at what point, you know.
Mm.
And I think if you're going to go for a visa, a working visa, and you never experienced anything like that before,
Mm.
you do need a bit of help, particularly with the language element of it.
It was interesting, that on one of the French ear, I think the last French ear trumpet was talking to to a guy who's an architect based in France,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that certainly with planning permissions, if he puts in a package for someone to the
Mhm.
planning committee, if they need a bit more time,
Mm-hmm.
they're busy, or if they haven't reviewed your planning permission in the time that they said, they'll just ask for another document.
Yeah.
Even though they don't need it or want it, they'll just ask for another document
to give them that
to give
time.
them that extra time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the business plan, it sounds a bit daunting.
It
but
does, yeah.
depending on what you're doing, I mean, ours is a 2-bed sheet.
Mm.
It's not, it's nothing massive. It's a little property.
Incidentally, there'll be an email address for you to contact. You haven't quite got the website up yet.
Not quite, no.
But,
It's just
as
been
soon as that's
developed.
done,
Yeah.
we'll put that on. But there'll be an email address for you to contact John and Liz to make your bookings.
Yeah, we can send
Yeah.
details of
Sure.
the property.
Sure.
We've got photographs and
Yeah.
details, etc. We can send that.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be too long, and we'll have the website and
Yeah.
the Facebook page up
Yeah,
as well.
so that'll be in the description down below, so you can book your holidays for
Thank you.
next
That'd
year,
be brilliant.
or even this year, I
Yeah,
suppose.
well, in this year, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've just taken a booking, funnily enough, for an Australian couple who are coming in November.
Nice.
Why an Australian couple who are coming in November?
Probably looking for property.
Yeah, pardon?
Probably looking for property.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So
wouldn't surprise me.
that was quite a nice surprise then, yeah. So, Yeah, so sorry, what was I saying about the visa is that with a 2-bed sheet,
Yeah.
the business plan, it was fairly simple. It was only 4 pages.
Right.
So basically what you have to do is you have to put a little bit about the property,
Mm-hmm.
the actual sheet, you know, its size, how many bedrooms, etc. You have to do a little bit of a write-up about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You put in descriptions of the rooms, some photographs in there, basically the service that you plan to offer.
Mm.
And then the tricky part comes where you have to do a forecast of what your proposed turnover is going to be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we haven't got really a foggy idea what we're going to. So you have to base it on what you feel you're likely to do in the first year, second year, up to the 5th year.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just numbers, really.
Yeah.
They're never going to come back and go, well, you said you were going to do this and
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
only done that. But it has to give them, it gives the French Society's thumb idea that you actually have a plan
Mm.
and that you've got some idea of what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So, so we put that into English, translated it into French,
Mhm.
got it checked. You don't have to get it translated by French officials or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. You can get it translated on Google Translate, it's no problem.
Yeah.
We did get it checked by someone who speaks.
It's always a bit iffy actually
Yeah, it is a little
to
bit.
have an official
Documents, yeah,
document.
don't Google-
Yeah, because it's Google
Absolutely.
Translate isn't the best thing in the world.
No, it's not. But it give. So we got it translated like that, and then we gave it to a French person that we know, and the guy who was doing our hand-holding service and speaks French. They checked it, said, yeah, that's fine. And then that went to the visa application, and we went off to and that went off then, and away we went, and we had to wait. But while this was going on, we came to France. We sold our property, so we got a sale on our property, so we could come and then make an offer on a property here,
Yeah.
which is what we did, and thankfully it got accepted. But it was a bit of a catch-22 in that, in order to get a business visa, a working visa, you have to own a property in France,
Right.
because they won't issue a working visa if you're not living here.
Yeah. So
So we
I can
had
see
to.
how that would be catch-22.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky because
chicken and egg, isn't it?
we hadn't got a property here when we applied for our visa.
Yeah.
So I couldn't apply for a business visa until we got a property here.
Yeah.
So once we put the offer in on the property, we had to then go back to the UK, apply for our visas in the UK, and have a French address for the visa application, which we didn't have yet because we hadn't signed for the house.
Right.
So eventually we got a date to sign for the house in France. We came back to France, signed for the house, got proof of address, then had to go back to the UK to apply for our visas, to get our working visa to come back again.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, really. And then when we were at the visa office, and the thing is, it's crucial, really crucial, that when you apply for your visa, you check everything, because we went up to the counter and the lady said, "You've applied for the wrong visa." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
She went, "You've ticked business creation,
Yeah.
and it should be." I can't remember exactly what it was, but there were 2 boxes,
Yeah.
and you tick the business creation box, thinking it was a business creation.
Yeah.
But you only tick that box if it's a limited company
Right.
that you opening.
Sure.
Obviously, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a sole trader
Yeah.
type
I know, yeah.
equivalent.
Auto entrepreneur.
Yeah, auto entrepreneur. So instead of ticking business entrepreneur, I ticked business creation.
Right.
She said, "You've applied for the wrong one." I said, "Well, can't I just tick the other box?"
Yeah.
She went,
Have you not heard of Tipex?
"Doesn't work like that, really."
Yeah.
And she said, "I'll tell you what, have a seat over there.
Yeah.
I'll ring the embassy to see if they'll accept us to tick the other box." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So for 20 minutes, me and Elizabeth sat at the
Oh
back
my god.
thinking, we're going to have to come back.
Yeah.
We're
Start
going to
again.
have to go, we're going to have to do all this again because we ticked the wrong box. Anyway, 20 minutes later, the lady, we were watching, and she stood up from her desk
Yeah.
and she's caught Elizabeth's eye and she went,
Oh,
and we thought, oh, thank goodness for that. So we went back up to the counter and said, yeah, they'll accept it with a
good job.
change of the tick box.
Yeah.
But it was the tick box.
Yeah,
It
that's so
wasn't-
French, isn't it?
It was so,
That's so French.
so attention to detail was
Yeah.
just so, our files were like this, both
Yeah.
of us,
Yeah.
with information. and it's so important that it's right,
Yeah.
you know. And and so that was £90 to book the appointment, £80 for the visa,
Yeah.
€200 to validate the visa.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah,
you
just
got to
adds
get
up,
it
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the whole French bureaucracy system, certainly now, was brought into focus for me when I can't remember what it was, what the process was, but we went to a lady who lives just down the road, and she does all our admin,
Uh-huh.
and she said, "Oh, this particular process," she said, "Oh, we can do it online now." So great. So she did it all online, and then she printed something out, and she said, "Yeah, just fill this in here." I said, "Have we not just done it online?" She said, "Yeah, but we have to do it on paper as well and send it off."
Yeah.
I said, "Well,
Yeah.
what's the point of
What's
that?"
the point of that? Actually, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
You just do it, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that couple I was mentioning earlier to you who'd booked who'd taken out travel insurance.
Yeah,
They just cancelled their appointment,
yeah.
so they had to
Just got to
leave.
start again, yeah.
They had to start again, reapply, new appointment,
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah,
get the
that's
travel
another £80, £90, yeah.
80, 90 quid,
Yeah.
another 6 weeks wait or whatever it might
Yeah.
be, you know, because they'd taken out the wrong insurance.
Yeah.
And they'd, of course, paid for that
Of
insurance.
course.
Not
Won't get a
worth it.
refund, will they?
No, wasn't worth anything.
No.
So it is very important, really.
So what's the what's the next 6 months hold for you, do you think?
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get the we're going to get the website finished.
Yeah, you just had a pool put in, haven't you?
We've had the pool put in, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had the pool put in, and that was our little treat, really,
Yeah.
because we thought having the gîte, having a pool as well, not only just for us, but having it as an offer for the gîte.
Yeah.
Is
That,
it-
actually, that's an interesting question, actually, because
Yeah.
when you have a pool that's behind your house and behind the Jeep,
Yeah.
whether you let the Jeep people use it,
Yeah.
which means that you can't really use it at the same time.
No, that's
So
right.
that's
It's-
an interesting.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a
Scenario,
dilemma.
right?
Do we
Yeah,
do
dilemma,
it? Do we
that's
not? Because in order to get to the pool, they've got to walk through our garden.
Yeah.
In effect, we have got an entrance at the side that they can use.
Yeah.
But we were thinking, well, do we let them use it or not? Or, you know, and we thought, well, one, it's a good selling point
Yes.
for the Jeep, because a lot of people we've spoken to say one of the things they look for is a pool.
Of course.
And as long as it's, you know, you set some rules there,
Yeah.
and generally most people are pretty decent,
civilised,
you
aren't
know.
they? Yeah.
And we've put, whether it'll work or not, Colin, I don't know, but we've put pool is open from 9
Yeah.
in the morning till 6 in the evening,
Yeah.
and then it's closed.
Yeah.
Now whether that'll work, we
No
just gotta
tails
give
on
it
the
a try.
sunbeds
Yeah,
before
you know what I mean.
6.
So that's it. So it may be that someone comes up and says, you know, is it okay if we stay until 8 at night or something?
Yeah.
No, just take it as
Yeah.
it comes. You know.
Yeah.
We've put little rules in place, no glass around the pool,
Yeah.
and things like that. So, and we're in the process of, you know, tiling it and putting a pool fence up.
Yeah, because there's quite strict regulations around that.
It's a legal requirement in France. If you're renting a Jeep with a pool, then it has to meet the safety standards
Yeah.
for. It has to have a fence which is of a certain height.
Yeah.
It has to have a gated entrance which is spring loaded, which closes, and you have to have a pool alarm.
Yeah.
They're very important.
Yeah.
It's mainly for young children.
Yeah. Till I came to France, I didn't even know that pool alarms existed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they just sit on the side of the pool, and there's
Yeah.
like a little probe which sits in the water,
Yeah.
and if anyone falls in, it'll detect and
Yeah.
send off a
Set the
siren.
alarm off. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've done all that. We put the pool in. It cost us a lot more than we thought it would
It
cost
always
us.
does.
But we've got it now, and it's great. And we've had our son and daughter-in-law and grandchildren over, and they absolutely loved it.
Mm.
You know, so we've got that in place, so it is available for the Jeep guests as well.
Yeah.
So we've just got to finish that off a little bit, do a bit of landscaping, smarten it up a
Yeah,
little
of
bit
course,
for the
yeah.
new season, really.
Yeah.
Get the website in place, get the Facebook page in place, and then I think we're in a position starting spring of next year.
I was just going to say, so do you think really this year is just getting everything in place, and then you'll start
Yeah.
in earnest probably spring next
I
year?
would say so, yeah. We've had a few friends over. Elizabeth's friends from where she
Yeah.
used to work have been over, and the feedback we've had has been great.
I was going to say that's probably quite useful that you can ask people that you know
Yeah.
what's missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is what they did. They said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we could do with a little like night light in the
Yeah, yeah.
in the toilet.
Yeah.
So when they walk in, it comes on automatically,
Yeah, yeah.
but it doesn't dazzle you. It's only
Yeah,
a-
right.
and like little things like we got chairs and seats outside of the sheet, but the couple who came said it'd be nice to have somewhere to sit with a table that you could eat.
Right.
So
Yeah, of course, yeah.
we've bought that as well. So there's a table and chairs and a
Yeah.
loungy sort of area.
Yeah.
So it's just things like that. So I
Yeah.
think come spring next year, we should be in a position to get it up and running fully, you know, and
Yeah.
hopefully get a few bookings. You
Yeah.
know, and then
Well, once it's up and running, we'll come over and
Yeah.
you know, we'll film it all and
brilliant, that'd be great.
yeah,
And
and put it on the
do,
channel.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because yeah, it's anything like that would be perfect.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So, where do you see? The question that everybody asks me is, would you go back to the UK?
No.
In a word.
In a word, there's too many things here.
Yeah.
We thought. I mean, we've only been here 10 months, and it's flown by.
It
really
does.
has.
Time whizzes by.
I mean, we moved at quite a difficult time. I think we moved into our property on the 29th of November
Right.
of last
For
year.
Christmas, yeah.
So it was just before Christmas. It was dark. It was cold.
Yeah.
Very cold.
Yeah.
It was quite wet and at the
It
time.
was horrible, wasn't it?
It was a dull old time.
Yeah.
And then where we live is there's 4 properties in the hamlet.
Yeah.
There's ours. There's next doors, which at the time was empty.
Right.
They hadn't moved in. The one opposite, the lady who lives there only comes at weekends, and the other property's empty because it used to be the family got divorced, and so when me and Liz moved in, there were only us there.
Yeah.
So we were in this hamlet
Yeah.
in the
Out in
middle of nowhere,
yeah.
just me and her.
Yeah.
We knew no one.
It's such a steep learn. That first year,
We didn't know the language.
such a steep learning curve, isn't it?
We had a wood burner,
Yeah.
which when we came around and looked at the house, we thought, "Oh, look at that! That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
going to be great." Could we light it?
Yeah.
We were filling the room with smoke. It
Yeah.
was just we bought the wrong wood. It was too wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
yeah.
was all this that we didn't know.
Like I say, you
We're
just
like,
learn
oh
so
my-
many things so
absolutely,
quickly. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a steep learning curve. But as the months went by and we got used to it, and we got to meet people and make friends, and it's just been great. The pace of life's great. The people here are lovely.
Yeah.
Everyone's been so nice and friendly, and couldn't have been better, really. We've met some lovely people. Yourselves, of course.
Yeah.
And we met some lovely people. We've, you know, we've been to some nice places. The weather's great. The roads are a pleasure to drive on.
Well,
Because I was a sales engineer in the UK doing 35,000 miles a year. And although I enjoyed it, the last 2 years I didn't enjoy it at all. It was just getting
it's murder, isn't it?
too many people,
Yeah.
too many crazy people,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
potholes everywhere.
Here, I mean,
Just-
the other day I had 2 cars in front of me.
yeah.
It was murder. I
It
don't
was
know.
mad. That's right.
Traffic was murder.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it's just, the road's in such good condition as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And we love it. We love the pace of life. We love the, you know, going out for lunch. It's just done at such a nice slow pace, you know. You get your menu du jour, you know, at lunchtime, and you can take 2-3 hours for lunch, and it took to be fair, it did take a little bit of getting used to, because we were both really busy, and going from that to this way of life was, but we love it now.
Yeah.
And
So you can recommend it then.
Well, we've been back a few times, and each time we've been back, we want to go back now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Well, it's actually it surprised me how quickly I started to say to go home,
yes,
and
yes.
and this is home.
This is home, yeah. Even after 10 months, I said to Liz in the car, you know, when we go back to the UK
Yeah.
rather than back home.
Back home.
I mean, it is home. It still is, kind of, because our family are there and people we know are
Yeah.
there. But our home living is here.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see us changing that now for
Brilliant.
a long time. We love it. And yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone who's thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
You know, just do it, because you
That's
won't
it.
regret it.
Yeah.
And
Just do it.
yeah, just do it, and but take your time a little bit.
Yeah.
Get everything in place. Get a bit of advice. Do a bit of
Yeah.
research.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't be afraid to ask for help as well. That's the thing. You know.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And you know, and property here, particularly in this region, what you get for your money is just incredible.
It
From
is,
what
yeah.
we've moved from to what we've moved to for the same money.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
just
Yeah, it's
staggering.
yeah.
We still sit outside and think, do we really actually still own this
I
place?
know.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really good, and yeah, and long may it continue.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, John.
No, it's a welcome.
Really appreciate it. And as I said, there'll be an email address in the description down below that's for you to contact John and Liz and to have a look at the place and maybe make a booking.
Yeah. Any questions or anything?
Yeah.
People can give us a call. We'll try and help.
There you go.
We've only done it recently, so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
know what the people are looking for now.
Yeah.
And it changes by
It
the
does,
year.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
All right, thanks very much.
pleasure. Thank you.
And actually, might as well wrap it up here. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to give the video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Press the notification bell so that you know when there's new content. Maybe think about subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And all that leaves to say is, well, there you go. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye. Cheers.